It's my pleasure to introduce to you Mr. John Morello, Dirt, a one-man show.
When I was a junior in high school, they sent us someone to talk to us about drugs. They sent us a clown. I was 17 years old, and they sent us a clown to talk to us about drugs. The guy was good, too. He came out and he was like juggling fire. He was like, "Don't do drugs, boys and girls." And we were probably like all high at the time watching the guy like, you know? But I use that as an example because I always hated when people were condescending to me. There's 12 people in our science class. You want me to introduce myself? All right. Hi, class that already knows me. My name is Jason, and I'm here to talk to you about what I have in this little plastic bag. No, it just looks like I'm really going to bring weed to school and show it in front of a teacher. Don't call the principal. Look, I swear to God, it's just dirt, all right? Like if I go out in my backyard and I pick a dandelion, that's a weed. Ah! No one freaks out. The cops aren't like, "Freeze, drop the dandelion." This girl in my class, she's always like, "Oh, you used to run track with me, and weed is bad for your lungs." And I'm like, "I know, but I don't care, all right? I can't even do 2 laps around my car, right?" But that's my point. I got a car. Why do I got to run? Like, you know, no one wakes up one day out of nowhere and is like, "Oh, I think I'll become a heroin addict," right? I'm not that bad, you know. I just live in a small town. There's nothing to do. If I get high, here's what happens. Teachers look at me like I'm a stoner, and they think I'm stupid, and then they just give me easy work. So what's the fellow underachievers? All right.
Hi, my name is Sharon. I'm a sophomore, and this is a poem that I wrote like at the mall. And it's a poem that describes like the emotion that I like felt when I was at the mall, and my friends like left me there. It's a poem titled, "Hello, I can't believe you like left me here."
This is a poem that I wrote after a weekend of taking ecstasy. It's a poem called Dirt. It says, "I am dirt. I come from it, I walk on it, I feel like it. I fall down on the dirt. I pray for the dirt to take me back to where it's peaceful, it's cool, and I can sleep and spill out all that I am. Please let the dirt take me back." I don't even smoke weed. Like I don't smoke. It's like I'm like doing crack or like heroin or something like that. Like even weed to me is like doesn't make sense. I have a scientific mind. Doesn't make sense. I don't think drugs have anything to do with whether or not you're like a good person or a bad person. He might be making bad choices, but that doesn't make him a bad person. It's at my school, look at him like he's stupid. I'm like, what about the kids that drink? How come you don't look at them like they're stupid? And because drinking is more acceptable, that's why. You know, my mom's on Prozac, my brother's on Ritalin, my dad takes Viagra. And then they have the nerve to sit me down when I turn 13 and go, "Don't do drugs!" I'm like, you're being a hypocrite, you're picking on her. Because the girl that's picking on her the most has this big peace symbol on her t-shirt. Like, that's not peaceful. You're like, think about like everybody in this cafeteria. This cafeteria is like the world, okay? And everybody sitting in here is like their own little country. And you're sitting in there with like 12 friends. You have like your allies. You're like the coalition of the willing right over there at your little table right there. You have tons of weapons and because you have tons of friends. And she's sitting all by herself. Look at her. She's like Costa Rica. I go to school and most of the people are really mature, and then there's always like 2 or 3 immature kids that ruin it for everybody. Like, I could just totally be myself, but I'm scared of what immature people say. I mean, I think we have like a responsibility to like stand up for people, but nobody ever does at my school. We were out at this one party. Stacy was there with this one guy. She'd been going out with him forever, for like 3 weeks, and he goes and he gets me a beer, and I'm like, this is what I mean, I'm stupid. Because I just drank whatever he gave me. It's not like I chose to have that happen to me. My choice was taken away from me. No one at my school knows because they would just call me a slut. No one at my church knows because they would just like pray for me. I get like 5 minutes of phone time, and then I get a 10-minute walk outside without shoes, and then, you know, they think I'll run away if they give me my shoes. No, you don't make any sense. That's your problem. If you don't have rules that make sense, then how you expect everyone to follow them? If it doesn't make any damn sense, that's the problem right there. Nothing makes sense. The other day, I put on the movie channel there. I figured I'll watch a nice picture. I get 20 minutes into the movie, I don't know what the hell's going on. The same thing with the music. You put the music on the MTV, it's nothing but sex, sex, sex. I watched it for 4 hours. It was disgusting. But here's me when I was your age. I just turned 18 in this picture right here. This was 1943, World War II. I just joined up. See, that's me, right? See that handsome, strapping young buck right there? Yeah, I'm the guy next to him. You might not know this. All our fighter pilots that we flew with, they was all black guys. Yeah. No, you probably didn't know that, though. Well, you watch a World War II movie, they don't show any black guys. Usually one, maybe a cook in the back, you know. And it's always Morgan Freeman or something like that. Christ, if that plane I was on had been going a little faster or a little slower or a little higher or a little lower, I would have been dead. Those little small choices that you make, that's what makes difference. But I found out, and I'm 80 years old now, it's those little choices that you make every day. That's what makes your life, you know. When I come home from the war, all those black guys, they couldn't even vote. I didn't say a damn thing about it. I didn't speak my mind. I thought it was wrong. I saw my country doing something wrong. But you know what we all did? We kept our mouth shut, and that was stupid. We should have spoke our minds. That's my regret. I only got 3-4 years left anyway, and I'm okay with that. I had a good life. But if I lose that kid, boy, that'll just about kill me right there. Because I don't want to... I watched him grow up, you know. I went to his Little League games. I don't want to lose that kid. So I told him what my mother told me when I was in the war. She wrote me a letter, a nice letter. It's all in Italian, but I'll tell you, she wrote I'll tell you in English, she said, you might be just another soldier to them. But your life is very important to me. That's what I said to him. That's what I say to you kids. And I watched him struggle, and we grew up together, and I watched our lives go in these two different directions. And the best I can think about it as I write this show and think about it is that our lives started to go in different directions when we were right about your age. And I hope that this show makes you think about some of the choices that you make daily. I hope it makes you think, gives you a little bit more compassion for those who do suffer from addiction. I want to thank you very much for your time and thank the administration for having me here.